Welcome to Group 6's interpretation of the Cola Wars case. Why historically has CSD industry been so profitable? Success in the industry is owed to the competition between the major players. Their market strategy was putting money into advertising and promoting products, such as the Pepsi Challenge or Coca-Cola Classic. CSD profits were steadily increasing until after the early 2000s. Other specific strategies, such as secret recipes and brand loyalty, helped keep their profits high in the past. When evaluating the historic profits with Porter's forces, we can see that Coca-Cola and Pepsi saw several small and generic beverage manufacturers entering the industry. At this time, the suppliers, such as bottlers, knew they had little bargaining power due to their low margins, as you can see in the diagram to the right. And they had high costs to maintain advertising and retail discounting with their high capital demands. Buyers had the strength of being able to leverage their size and volume, which kept their margins high. Competition was fierce between Pepsi and Coca-Cola, with advertising, innovation, and manufacturing and distribution changes. Aside from the generic substitutions, there were several non-CSD products that threatened the industry, such as energy and sports drinks, teas, and coffees. In exploring the 5 forces for bottlers and concentrate manufacturers, we've identified the following. Both participants have high barriers for new entrants for different reasons. It's expensive to build a bottling facility. It is less expensive to build a concentrate facility. However, it's very difficult to reproduce brand equity. As shown in Exhibit 4, the overall operating income of bottlers is significantly less than concentrate manufacturers. Raw materials are fairly readily available for concentrate manufacturers, which weakens the bargaining power of the suppliers. Bottlers, however, are limited as to who they receive their raw supplies from, giving concentrate manufacturers almost unlimited bargaining power. The buyers of the final product from the bottlers have strong bargaining power since they have a choice as to which brand they'll carry. Strong relationships are more established between the concentrate manufacturers and the cola brands than between the bottlers and the cola brands. This increases competition for the bottlers more than the manufacturers. There are multiple substitutes available for the final cola product, creating a risk for manufacturers to ensure that they can quickly adjust to another product. Bottlers need to be more concerned with the potential of different packaging that may disturb their process, including increased sales of fountain drinks versus bottled. So how has Coke versus Pepsi affected the profits? There are a few things we looked at when evaluating this. The marketing investment actually led to expansion of the market for both companies. They also had to optimize and modernize their bottling facilities and distribution channels, which is a positive. They consolidated their distribution channels, which were also a positive. But then they also had the introduction of new products, which limited the profitability of each company. But since the cola wars were never about price, both companies succeeded. So how can Coke and Pepsi sustain their profits? We had several ideas for this, a few of which were developing a strategy that's appropriate to each market, then limiting the number of SKUs offered in that market that aligns with their strategy. They could renegotiate their concentrate maker contracts and reduce expenses that way. They could also consider becoming fully integrated companies and more centralized. They'll be able to negotiate sales territories and contracts with retailers. They could standardize bottling operations, and they could reduce the number of bottlers. Marketing campaigns need to align with their strategies that they develop, as well as their distribution channels. And then finally, they should try expanding their growth internationally.